You're trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure out where all of our money is.
Trying to figure out where our money's going. Jesse's all, what else were you doing today? You were trying to find some cow skin? Some rugs? He was looking for some rugs. Cow skin rugs. And sheepskin rugs, which is good. As you can see, our space here is still being built. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about going to the Nevada desert with a camera. This camera. Lumix S5ii. See? You can see it's still dusty. From the really dusty area that we were in for an event at the end of August. And this event is notoriously bad for cameras. And as you can see, you know, we've got quite a bit of dust around things. We've got a little bit of dust in the element, but really what's really important to know here is that the S5ii continued to work flawlessly the entire time. Through intense dust storms, windstorms, heat, all sorts of things. And I ended up putting the 20-60 kit lens on it, mostly because I was kind of afraid that I was going to wreck a better lens. And maybe it would have been a better idea to use a prime lens with no extending barrel so that I would have had a little bit less opportunity to get any dust into that lens. But I've got a little tiny bit in the front element, but I don't think it's too serious. This Lumix S5ii, I'm impressed. I mean, I've been able to have the chance to use it in the snow a lot, and the cold and the wet and all these things like that. And it was always performing very well. And I mean, water is one thing because, you know, it's got that surface tension and all sorts of different science behind it. But dust, that's a whole different animal altogether, especially when it's very fine powder. And this was very good. I mean, I think here, maybe I'll put down this mic for the first time, but I've never actually opened it. But funny here, you know what? Before we even get to that, I've got a funny story about this specific camera. When I was coming back from this event in the desert, we were in Spokane in Washington and grabbing a burger. And all of a sudden I noticed that my camera was no longer within the car, which was kind of crazy. And obviously, you know, you first start to look through all of your stuff and think, oh, where did I put it? Where did I put it? And I was under the impression that, you know what, this camera actually ended up getting stolen. And this was already the next day that I was able to figure this out. Now, Ryan, my buddy in the car with me, told me, hey, maybe there's a chance that we threw out the camera. And I was thinking to myself, like, that's absolutely crazy. There's no way that we could have thrown out a camera and not noticed. And he's like, well, maybe you could just call that burger place. This is when we were back in Canada already. So we were already back home. And I end up calling this burger place and I'm like, hey, I'll pay you $500 if you find my camera, because there's some very important photos on there that I was really hoping to get back, some that are quite personal, and for a first time kind of family adventure, I really wanted those photos back. And I talked to this guy and I said, hey man, like, is it possible for you to go look in the garbage and see if maybe we threw out a camera? And the reason we were thinking this is because Ryan had emptied one of the garbage cans that was in his van. And, you know, this guy goes into the garbage and he's like, oh, wow, it's surprising the garbage hasn't been picked up yet today. And he's looking through the garbage. I'm on the phone with him and he's like, I'm really sorry, man. Like, I can't find your camera. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I had a feeling it was stolen, and, you know, I'm starting to come to terms with it, and I'm pretty disappointed, sad at this point. And I don't know, some people follow me on Instagram, so you would have seen the whole epic of it as it was happening. But the crazy thing is I ended up getting a phone call back, and he's like, hey dude, I just had a feeling that maybe I should go back and look for your camera. So he went back in to the garbage can and found the camera. He found it. So not only did this camera manage to survive 2 weeks in the Nevada desert in some very serious, you know, weather, it also survived a night in a very hot garbage bin with whatever else was smoldering in there. So pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna open this thing up and see how much dust has perhaps gotten onto the sensor. While I do this is a surprise for all of us, you know, because as I said, I haven't done this yet. So looking in here, you can see there's a little bit of dust on that front element. Definitely cleanable. Was never really any effect on the performance itself. The buttons all still work very well. Everything's still operational. Opening up this for the first time. Wow, no dust on the rear element and no dust in the sensor.
That's actually crazy.
That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. This is the first time that I've opened up this camera, especially for this moment. It's been a couple of weeks, but like this is kind of, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Wow. So this was recording video. It was taking photos. I took ample photos. And I mean, maybe there's not a lot of you that know what it's like to go film when you're out snowboarding. One of the things that I often see, and like, you can let me know if you've ever had this happen, but like you'll have your camera in your backpack and your backpack's kind of open a little bit and you're trying to organize things and the wind is just blowing powdered snow into and onto your camera, into the backpack, filling it all up. And I mean, this is snow, this is one thing, it's not dust, it's a different thing. Crazy thing is when I was in the desert, we noticed that there was like during a couple of these windstorms, I had my camera and my backpack on the ground while I was doing something, and you just see this dust blowing into it, blowing all over it. And I was like, oh man, I have no idea what to expect from this. But yeah, I'm impressed, really good. And I guess just as a, example, I'll show you a little bit of some of the photos and some of the video that was taken during that time. This kit lens, the 20-60, I mean, this is a kit lens. This is what comes with a lot of the cameras that you can buy from Lumix. And it did really well. It was really handy. That 20mm wider lens option that you have in this zoom is really, really cool. And I mean, it is weather sealed, but like for a zoom lens that I really wasn't trying to worry about zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out all over the place during these storms and during all this time, I'm impressed. I'm probably gonna have to take it apart or get somebody to take it apart to clean the lens. But that being said, the camera itself, no dust on the sensor, no dust in the memory card slots, no dust in the battery, and even the little, HDMI ports and stuff like that, albeit I did put a piece of black tape over that just to try to avoid. But it doesn't seem to me like any speck of dust has gotten past the sealing point, if that makes sense. You kind of see what I'm saying? See that little circle where there would be a little seal? Nothing. So after having used this camera for a couple years now, I can confidently say that it's very, very weather resistant and does not need to be sent in for service because it still works just fine. Might give it a little with a blower and we're good to go. So anyway, that's my story of bringing the Lumix S5ii to the Nevada desert. Thanks.